to another one of my videos. Again, this is a follow-up video to the therapist friend. I think this is like part 3. I'm going to kind of use a little bit of a teleprompter. It's not like an essay where I read off of everything. No, it's gonna kind of be a few words or letters that will help me lead me as I speak about the experience. Now, as I mentioned as a recap in the other video, being a therapist friend is indeed painful, y'all. Especially with the decision that I know that when it comes to the person's last decision, when it comes to really to what they really want to do, knowing that they can't do what I wanted them to do, and knowing that they can't dig down the path of healing for some, it's just really difficult. I know that if I try to continue helping them, because I know I'm guilty of helping others that don't want help, but still want help. Or imagine someone having resistance to wanting help. I try to do that. I'm guilty of, in fact, doing that. But I know if I try to continuously do that, I myself am gonna get drowned too. And I'm gonna get drowned in their pain too, because sometimes I do carry the emotional weight of others, and it's really heartbreaking knowing that I don't have any other backup therapist friend, because that would be tiring for the therapist friend themselves too. There isn't anyone to sometimes there isn't anyone to open up to, and it's really painful, especially when it comes to it. I'm gonna read through the prompt again to kind of help me go through. And when it comes to carrying the emotional weight, people are often, especially when it comes to friends, people are often the go-to person for being helped. No, for being helped. I think it's really painful because I know I'm not perfect. I won't be able to help everyone that I won't be able to help everyone that I'm ever going to be able to help. And knowing that some others can't be helped anymore, it's just painful. Because sometimes a decision to leave that and just kind of observe is just painful. Just, I know I have to make decisions when it comes to unsaving my own emotional health, but I gotta live with them too.
We make our own decisions, our own choices. And we have to live with them too.
It's really painful knowing that, it's painful knowing that once a decision is made in order to save my own emotional health and emotional well-being, it's just sad though, because knowing that they're gonna go down a path that I don't want them to. But then again, I know that it's autonomy. I stand for values such as autonomy, and eventually, when it boils down to it, it's really their choice. I'm gonna use a little bit more help right here. Um, and I think that's another problem is when it comes to me having other backup friends, when it comes to being helped and being vulnerable. I don't really have too many, but it just sucks when it just really sucks knowing that some aren't available when I really need them, and that's okay because people obviously have different schedules. But when it comes to it, y'all, the most difficult moments when it comes to helping others, it's the burden of having to carry their emotional weight vicariously really sucks too. They don't even know they're hurt, especially if they know they're not wanting help, but then they're asking for it. The hurts of trying to help them whilst also knowing that I might eventually fall down with them. Think of like someone who wants to be rescued from a sinking boat, and they're telling me to go down from a helicopter, but then again they're not really doing it. They're not like coming up with me, getting on the rope to get up to the helicopter. And I think that's a really big thing here. I need to rescue myself before I eventually fall down into the ocean of death and despair. That really sucks because I know I've helped lots of people before, but when it comes to it, some others, y'all, it's difficult trying to help them. Having to live with those decisions, knowing that I'll have to temporarily take a break from trying to help them. It just really sucks. 'Cause knowing all that it can provide is support and not real genuine help. It just sucks. It doesn't just suck, it's heartbreaking because they're going down something I don't want. They're going down a path I don't want them to. Honestly, it's not really good here for me. But I'm gonna look at my prompt again to kind of help me get through. This one's saying here. That's practically it. But when it comes to my own experience being a therapist friend, just I'm not gonna lie, it's just painful. It's painful knowing I have to some others really don't want help and some really do. And it really sucks too, because if these people weren't locked away by, let's say, situationships, or if they weren't locked away by friend groups that are both bad and good, knowing that if they leave that friend group they won't have anyone else, I think that just really breaks my heart. Because when it comes to it, I know each story is different. I know what everyone's going to say and how they came to be. It's absolutely different. It just breaks my heart though. Like, being even the therapists, the friends themselves, they need help too. I'm not perfect, they're not perfect, nobody's perfect. But it does get painful to a point where I do have to carry others' emotional weight. But I know that I have boundaries, and sometimes I do have to leave. It's just getting to live with that decision is painful, knowing that eventually it's their choice. I can't really do anything.